Hey, it's Kathy Johnson, and we're here for Yes, I Can Living, the podcast for and about entrepreneurial women. We're talking business with a dash of life, love, health, wealth, and faith. Let's get started. Hey, everybody. Welcome, Liz. So excited to have you.
Hey everybody, good to see you.
Looking forward to, I'm so excited because not only are we interviewing here, but we're sharing the stage at Faith Fueled with two other amazing women too. It's going to be an incredible day of faith-inspired business coaching, life coaching, just bringing inspiration. I'm just so excited. So anyway, thank you for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Oh, I'm so grateful. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So the event is all about being called to lead. It's clarifying your calling and your purpose, becoming a woman for such a time as this, as we move forward. And Liz has written an amazing book. I don't suppose you have, I didn't tell you to have a copy sitting next to you, but do you have one? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
I always have a copy sitting next to me.
Perfect. There we go. There we go. So, can you tell the listeners a little bit? First of all, tell them about the book. Let's start there. The title of the book and what the book is about.
Well, it's called Real World Superpowers. It's success principles for the next generation. And I wrote the book for our next generation, for teenagers, young adults getting out into the real world, hence the title. And it's filled with 12 superpowers, basically success principles that you and I may have learned growing up, but written in the context of today's social media culture, where people can fall trapped to comparing themselves to people. Maybe you saw friends getting together and you weren't invited. Ask me how I know why that hurts. And so, one of the things and one of the superpowers I teach is to learn how to not take things personally, because you could be the nicest person in the whole wide world, but not everyone's going to be nice to you. And you've got to learn that the person who said that mean comment to you, it's actually not about you. It's actually about them. Because if you think about it, happy people don't say mean things to other people. Only those who are hurting do. And so when you can understand this principle, it becomes a superpower to have compassion for the other person and understanding of why they're acting this way. Now it's not okay that they said mean things, but it'll give you more understanding for that, instead of being offended, you know? So it gives you a superpower and a more positive energy to go out and live your life in peace and happiness.
I love that. And that's so important. When I really embodied that principle a number of years back, right? It can change everything because we do, and I don't know if women tend to do that more than men, taking things personally, right? Like you said, not being invited to something or whatever. It can be such a so hurtful, but then it can really send you down a spiral. So latching on to some of these superpowers is just huge. So tell us the heart behind the message for Faith Fueled and the book. What stirred this topic in you? Did you feel it was a calling on your life to write it? Was it a nudge from the Holy Spirit? Where did this come from you for
Oh
you?
my gosh. Well, I never had an interest in writing a book. I never thought that I would have the patience to sit down. Now, you know that I've been speaking and teaching from stages for over 20 years. But to have the patience to physically sit down and at a computer and at a desk and just type for hours wasn't an interest of mine. But I have a 15-year-old, a 14-year-old, and an 8-year-old who I watch, have these relationships at school, have mean girls say mean things to my daughter, and those types of interactions. And so I started to teach her these principles, and she would come home and she would tell me how it would help her, and how she, how her friend had someone say something mean to her, and that she was able to actually share that principle with her friend, and it made her friend feel better. So I just felt like, I wanted my children to have everything that I would want to share with them when they're ready to receive it. Maybe they're not ready to receive everything that's in the book. There is a part of the book that is about dating superpowers and why it's cool to be celibate and wait until your marriage.
Hmm.
wait until you get married. And
Hmm.
so maybe they're not ready to hear that yet. Obviously, teenagers, of course, it's never too young to start talking about sex, but you know,
Right.
and so it's I just felt like this next generation needed to have the encouragement because there's so many great positive books on success that are out there. But I hadn't seen anyone that was written for teenagers or young
Hmm.
adults. So I just felt called that I had to do it, and here it is.
I love it. The fact that it's even, that your kids and where they're at and all that were part of the whole reason behind it. I will say, however, I have read the book, and the superpowers are absolutely essential for even this 6-year-old here, I mean, and beyond. I think at all ages, right? The superpowers that you talk about, sometimes we forget about them or we let something get the best of us. So, that's it's a great read for everybody, and I can't wait to hear your talk, at the conference too, and be sharing those superpowers, or at least some of them, with those who are there, and how the women who can take it and really implement it into their daily life, right? I think there's so much that can happen, so much can shift in somebody's life as they truly embrace the superpower, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Well, I mean, my prayer is that it does bless the people. Because when you change your mind, it's like what it says in Romans 12:2, to not conform to the patterns of this world, but to be transformed by the renewing of your mind.
Hmm.
And when you can have a better mental health about things and a better outlook on life and relationships, it can not only, you bring your whole self to each relationship instead of expecting others to fill the holes, right?
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
you. And so when you're full, you can overflow to other people.
Hmm.
And so I just want people, like you said, there's people that have been 8 that have read the book. There are people that have been 80 and have read the book and said that
Yep.
it helped them in so many ways. There's a chapter on the rules of money and, you know, all sorts of stuff. And so I'm just excited for it to help the people and to bless the next generation.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a more personal question. When you think about faith, and you and I have talked about this, offline before. I mean, Faith Fueled is definitely, it's meant for those who are listening. It is absolutely an event meant for women who have a belief in something greater than themselves. Liz and I both refer to God. We are believers, absolutely. But I know there's many who are exploring, who are seeking, who believe in a higher power, but may not have the same word on it. And this is a safe place for people to come and explore and learn. But let me ask you, when you think about your daily life, how does faith inform the way you live, the way you lead, the way you serve? I mean, we talked about it just being that foundational piece, but for you, what would an answer be for you? How does it inform you in those ways?
Wow. Well, my pastor said it at church the other day. He said, "How do you know that someone's a Christian?" And his definition and his answer was, if they are showing love to people. How do you know that someone is a Christian? And so I just feel that everything that I do comes from a place of loving other people. It's how I lead my team. It's how I, parent. It's how I show up as a wife. If I'm being loving, even though sometimes I want to be, you know, tell my husband what I think he should be doing, or want to scold my children for certain things. And of course, I do, reprimand when the time is needed. But if I'm coming from a place of loving and understanding, unconditional love instead of conditional love, we live in a world now where people are wanting you to do things for me. Everything's conditional. Relationships sometimes feel conditional. The way we reward our children in the school system, you do this well and then you get my love, right? And so it needs to be the opposite. It needs to be, I give love first and then they feel like they have a safe space to grow and to flourish. And it's the same thing with leadership and in business as well. If I provide a safe place for people to come as they are, broken, whatever, and they are loved unconditionally, they are fueled with the faith. They are fueled to be able to go out there and do their best.
Hmm.
So I guess, yeah, it's in everything that I do. So people say you got to separate your faith from your business, but it is who you are at the core being.
Yeah.
And being an entrepreneur, I mean, being an entrepreneur is all about having faith, especially in those first 5 years when you're trying to get your business off the ground and you're trying to make it past that 5 year mark, right? Because not every business stays in business past the first 5 years. And so you got to have faith that God's got you and that He has a bigger plan for your life because
Hmm.
He wouldn't give you that vision if he didn't believe that you were 100% capable of doing it because he made you. And you have that vision, you might be a little weirder in that area of life than everybody else is. You might be obsessed about organizing the junk drawer in the kitchen, but maybe you're an organizer, right? Maybe that is your gift that God gave you. So go be weird. It's okay. Go be your most authentic self to go out there and bless the world with your gifts because he created you to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Absolutely. So let me ask you this. For someone who's listening who may be feeling stuck or discouraged or unsure, and you think about the superpowers, what would you say to them? What might you suggest to them?
It's you've got to just put one foot in front of the other. That's
Yeah.
it. It's just by taking action. People wait for the motivation in order to take action.
Yeah.
But guess what? Motivation comes in the act of doing it. Because Tony Robbins says that positive emotion comes from being in motion.
Yeah. Yeah.
Positive emotion. So, like, if you do feel stuck, I even say physically go out and take a walk, get in motion, because the law of inertia says a body in motion stays in motion. I am so motivated when I come home from my morning walk to get on the phone and to make those sales calls and do whatever it is that I need to do. But if I didn't, then I don't feel as motivated to go make that call. And so upon the second or third phone call is when I start to feel excited about what I'm doing. But that first phone call weighs 1,000 pounds. So just do it, right? Take action. So
I love that. I love that. No, it's so true. It is so true. And I love that when you are in motion and it goes, right, and you totally come and it starts to flow. It's all in the flow, right? And so I love that. Yeah, to actually be able to. So let me ask you this one final question. If women were to walk away with just one thing, what would you pray that it would be?
I just want you to know that you are loved. You are deeply loved. And it's in the book of Jeremiah how you are loved unconditionally and you are just beautifully made.
Mhm.
And so never second guess your worth. You are loving, you are lovable, and you are loved. And that God has the right man coming for you. He has the right plans for you. He's going to be taking care of you financially. You just need to step out in faith and know one step at a time that what you are doing by being obedient to your calling, that you're going to make huge impact and a huge difference out there in the world.
Mhm.
So even if it's just that one person in your life that you made a positive difference, then it's been all worth it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Liz, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. And everybody, I am so excited to have her on the stage and share more about the superpowers along with the other women that are going to be speaking. This is truly a day of inspiration and empowerment for you to really step into that calling, getting some clarity on what it is you're doing and lead with faith and trust and knowing that what you're supposed to be doing is where you're going, right? So, and connecting with the other amazing women in the room. That's going to be right. I just can't wait to see the 100 women all together and actually connecting and collaborating and talking and thinking and praying, right? Praying over it all. So, Liz, thank you so much for being with us. And thank you, the audience, for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you either on the next episode or Faith Fueled Live, the event. Faithfueledevent.com is where you can get the details. It is February 27th of 2026. It's an all-day conference in Anaheim, California. And come meet Liz in person. I bet she'll be signing some books and have a conversation with the other ladies there. Until next time, have a great day. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for listening to Yes, I Can Living. If today's episode spoke to you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. And if you're craving deeper connection and real conversation, I'd love to invite you to the table, our community of faith-fueled women building businesses and lives they love. Go to yesicanliving.com and click on The Table. See you there.